Bloxburg is officially going free tomorrow on the 15th of June, and on top of this, they've also confirmed that all banned players will be unbanned, and this has left you guys with a lot of questions. So in today's video, I'm gonna answer everything you guys need to know. Hey glossettes, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? Tell me down below as usual. So as you heard at the beginning, in today's video I'm going to be answering pretty much all of the questions I've seen the community asking about Bloxburg going free tomorrow and what you guys can expect to actually happen, as well as all about the game unbanning all banned players, etc, etc. There's quite a lot to cover here. If you haven't heard what's going on, however, if you've been living under a rock, Bloxburg is going free to play tomorrow on the 15th of June at 5 PM UK time. If you want to know what time it'll be for you can either Google 5 PM UK time in your time zone, or you can also join Bloxburg's new official Discord server where they have an event tab which automatically converts it into your time zone, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Bloxburg is going free to play, meaning you no longer need to buy access to the game for 25 robux, so everyone on the platform can now access it for free. And on top of this, the devs are also unbanning all of the banned players of the game tomorrow too. So if you've previously been banned on Bloxburg, your ban will be lifted tomorrow, and that's pretty much the basics. However, like I said, people have a lot of questions, so what I'm going to do is read out all of the questions I'll be answering today, so you can skip to whatever question you might be curious about and kind of just know what we're going to be talking about. So today I'll be answering, will players get their 25 robux back? Will Roblox go down tomorrow, and what to expect to actually happen tomorrow? Will the game be laggy when it becomes free, / will they expand the server sizes? What are the rewards for beta players, and can free players also buy these rewards? Why did they add the rewards early? Is the map getting a revamp tomorrow too, / is there a big update coming with it going free? Should you be worried about previous players being unbanned, / how will it affect players? And will players being unbanned result in more exploiters? Is there going to be a new banning / anti-hack system in the future? Will banned players have all of their data wiped when they join back onto the game? And will they be able to get the beta rewards? Is Lisa Gaming returning? And who is Lisa Gaming? How to stay safe from trolls and exploiters? And what impact going free will have on the game? So it's quite a long list of questions. There's a few I didn't include as they should be answered within these questions because I'm going to go into quite a lot of detail. But yeah, that's the main topics we'll be talking about today, so you can skip through and find the answer to whatever you may be looking for. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go do some pizza delivery just so I'm not stood still the entire time staring at you. But let's get into our questions, and also as usual, anything that's incorrect or I've missed out in this video will be added onto the pinned comment. But yeah, that is pretty much it, so we are gonna get started. We're gonna be starting off with one of the most asked questions about Bloxburg going free, and that is, will players get their 25 robux back? Of course, Bloxburg as of right now, and as of like for the past 8 years or something, has always cost 25 robux to play, and now it's going free. A lot of people want to know if they'll get this back, and the very simple answer is no. And this is because it's kind of just logical. Like, games don't give you your money back when they go free to play, as you've paid for the access. You've paid to be able to access this game for years when nobody else has unless they paid for it. You have paid to access the beta of the game, so you wouldn't be getting your money back, and also it would be pretty impossible. Like, I used this logic in a video a while ago when I was talking about the free Bloxburg hashtag, and it's kind of like if you went to a store and you bought like a t-shirt or something, and then a few years later you saw them giving away that t-shirt and you were like, hey, I paid for this t-shirt years ago, like come on, where's my money back? Like, it doesn't work like that, if that makes sense. And also the robux that you paid has obviously went towards paying the developers, helping develop the game, so they don't just have all this robux sat in an account to give people. It goes into the game's development and paying the people who work on it. So not only would it not really make sense for them to give it back as you paid for early access, it also wouldn't be possible because they don't just, you know, keep all of the robux sat in an account that people, you know, spent on the game. So there's a short answer for that one. The answer is no, you will not be getting your 25 robux back, because that's just kind of not how it works with these things, unfortunately. But moving on, we have, will Roblox go down tomorrow, and what to expect to happen tomorrow? And this is quite a loaded question. I think a lot of people are expecting like some huge kind of live event. Obviously, I haven't had it confirmed what's going to happen tomorrow, and nobody has, because nobody can predict, you know, what's going to happen. A lot of people are concerned, first of all, that Roblox will go down because the game's going to go free, and most likely the player count's going to go up. And what happens with a lot of things, for example, you know, like big Adopt Me updates, or I think Pet Simulator as well, when they have huge updates and their player player count goes to like 2 million or something. Obviously, the Roblox servers itself, not the individual game, the Roblox servers overall can't really handle that sometimes, and it makes the game go down. As in Roblox, not the individual games, just the Roblox platform will then experience a bunch of issues. And because the game's going free tomorrow, a lot of people are kind of expecting that the player count is going to shoot up, and this is why they're worried that Roblox might go down. And you know what? It might do. We don't know how many players are going to be interested in playing Bloxburg once it's free. There might be like a bunch of players that suddenly come on. You know, we might have live streamers who are streaming it or something. The player count is most likely going to be boosted at least a little bit, maybe a lot. And if this does happen, you know, there is a chance that maybe the Roblox servers can't handle it like they can't when other games do something like this. Also, as it is going free on a Saturday, this is when a lot of people are online, so Roblox usually does experience issues on Saturdays, but hopefully they won't, you know, hopefully our player count will be boosted and nothing wrong will happen, Roblox will stay up, but there is a chance of that. It's not massively unlikely, like we should be fine, but you know, just in case, you know, maybe Roblox could experience some issues, but it's not the individual game's fault, like it's nothing to do with Bloxburg or them doing anything wrong. It's just because Roblox as a platform sometimes can't handle large player counts. But in terms of what to expect tomorrow inside of Bloxburg, honestly, it's just a mixed bag. I have some ideas of what could happen. Some people are expecting a huge kind of update to come alongside the game, like a map revamp, and we're gonna get into that a bit later. But overall, the thing that is happening is the game is going free. Now, if they don't do something inside the game, like maybe a pop-up saying it's free now, most players like me who already have the game, we won't see anything. Kind of surface level, we won't see anything happening because all that's gonna happen is the game button will be free now, and the people that will see this are accounts that haven't bought the game already. But for me, for example, if Bloxburg don't kind of add something, like I said, that maybe pops up on the screen and says, you know, the game's free now, we're not really gonna see anything. However, if you look closer, more specifically, if you maybe join a public server when it goes free and you pay attention to what's going on, you may notice some change in player behavior. So obviously, like we said, the player count is most likely going to go up when it goes free, and this means there is going to be more new players, specifically in public servers, as that's where, you know, you get put when you're joining. They're obviously not going to go straight to neighborhoods. So what we can expect, first of all, is that if you go into public servers, you're probably going to see a lot of the Bloxburg starter home. You know, the pre-built house, you're probably going to see loads of those on different plots, because this is going to be all of the new players joining the game, and obviously that's the house you start off with. So there's probably going to be quite a rise in seeing those homes for a while, especially tomorrow. And there's also probably going to be a lot of players, you know, walking around the map and exploring because, you know, they're new to the game. So you will see a lot more people, you know, playing the game for the first time. I think that's obvious, but what we're also going to see is a lot of old players going into public servers as well. And this is because everyone is curious. Everyone wants to see what's going on. Everyone's probably going to be active in the public servers for once because they want to see the new players. They want to see what's going down. And also, sadly enough, we're going to have a lot of people who aren't being the nicest to, you know, new players. And this is because obviously there's this whole bunker trend. Obviously there's a lot of people who are building fences to keep them out. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. New players are literally just like Roblox players who haven't bought the game. There's nothing wrong with them. But I do just want to prepare you that with the social media trends we've been seeing, there might be some unkind people in public servers. I'm hoping it's not that bad. But yeah, I am kind of expecting that there's going to be a little bit of chaos with people, you know, with their bunkers and stuff like that. So just remember to be kind. But we're also going to see a lot of nice players who, you know, are just there to, you know, see the new players, help them out a bit. I know there's a lot of people who are planning on kind of like just going and like giving people money and showing them around the map and just talking to people, which is great. I think I'm probably going to be in a public server. But yeah, overall, long story short, you can expect to just have public servers to be a, you know, a lot more active tomorrow because everyone wants to see, you know, first of all, what's happening, where are the new players at, and there's the new players in the first place who are all going to be in the public servers, which to me, that bit is very exciting, but I'm going to try and not, you know, waffle on too much in this video, so we're going to move on. Next, we have another question that gets asked a lot, and it is, will the game be laggy when it becomes free, / will they expand the server sizes? And the short answer to this, once again, is no. So pretty much, if you didn't know, the Bloxburg public server sizes are capped at 12 players, so you can only have 12 players in the server at once. Obviously, neighborhoods are a whole different thing, but we're not talking about those right now. You can only have 12 players in a Bloxburg server, and this is also because, obviously, we've said before about plots. Plots have a plot data limit, which restricts how many things you can place on a plot, and the more things you place down on a plot, the more lag it puts on the game, so they have to cap the players to make sure, you know, if everyone, for example, had a plot that was full, the game would still be playable and it wouldn't be too laggy. So it's very unlikely that they'll expand server sizes, as it has to be capped for a reason. And in terms of the game being laggy, a lot of people think because there's going to be a lot more players that this will lag the game, but this won't happen because, once again, again, you can only have 12 players in each individual server. So every time that server gets full, they'll just put them in a new server and it won't affect the game's lag at all. All the servers will stay the same as they are now. In fact, there's probably going to be less lag because if there's more new players, that means they're all going to have the starter homes, which are quite a small build and don't really have a lot of plot data. So it's not like us now where we have more advanced players who have these plots that are just full of detail. It'll be more empty plots, so we might see that the game actually lags a bit less in the individual servers. But yeah, a lot of people are just confused because they think, oh, more players in the servers means more lag, but it's not a thing because you can only have 12 people in a server at once. And just because there's a bunch of people playing the same game doesn't mean it'll lag overall. For example, Adopt Me, once again, I'm going to use that as a reference quite a lot. They've had like 1.2 million people playing at the same time, but because they're all in different servers, it doesn't lag the individual servers because they're like all a different thing basically. It's hard to explain. I'm trying to make it simple because I have younger viewers, but you don't need to worry about lag. The only time the game really lags is, like I said, when people have like really big plots in them, but once again, it is capped, so even if it lags a bit, it's still playable for the majority of players because they have the player limit and they have the plot data limit, so don't worry about lag. It should be absolutely fine. Next, we have what are the rewards for beta players and can free players also buy those rewards? So we actually got the rewards for beta players added a few days ago, and the rewards you get for buying the game and being a beta player is the couch car. So it's this super cute little couch that has a wheel on it that you can drive around. We also have the trophy, which is adorable, and then we also have exclusive rank, like a name tag you can have, which is early Bloxburger, to show that you bought the game. And these are the 3 rewards that we get for buying early access, which I think is super cute. Like, a lot of people are complaining about them and saying they want money, but most games, when they go free to play after being in beta, they don't even give you anything. Maybe they'll give you a name tag, but it's not common for games to give you this much just because they're going free to play. So the fact we got an exclusive vehicle that looks really funny, we got a trophy, and we got a name tag is pretty much like a lot, you know, more than a lot of players would expect. I think they're great. Those are the 3 rewards we're gonna get. And if you've played the game before it's went free, you also should already have them now. So if you go into the game, you should have it kind of pop up on your screen that you've got them, and they also should be in your inventory. And with the name tag, obviously you can kind of put it on in settings, but you can also buy more of these in build modes. So you can buy more of the couch car for Bloxburg, and you can also buy more trophies. And because people have seen this, they've assumed, oh, does this mean like everyone could buy it? Does this mean, you know, the free players can buy it? And no, they cannot. So these rewards only beta players can buy and have. So free players can't have them. They're exclusive to beta players, so you don't have to worry about that. A lot of people were also worried that we have to pay for them in the first place because when they were first added into the game, there was a bit of a bug where people weren't being given them. However, you should all have a free one now. You don't have to buy it the first time. You can just buy more after you already have some in case you want some more, basically, which is how it works with pretty much every exclusive item. Like, you can buy multiple of the trophies if you want, but you always start off with a kind of one free one. I feel like I'm doing so much talking. And this leads me on to the next question, which is why were the rewards added early in the first place? So back on Wednesday, we got these rewards added for the first time, as well as the new player tutorial, and people were confused on why they were added now. Some people thought the game went free on that day because they were like, oh, they've added the rewards, you know, is it free to play now as well? But it's not, obviously. The reason they added them early is most likely to just make sure it all works. Like I've just mentioned, there was a bug where people weren't getting the rewards for free for the first time, and with any game update, there's always going to be bugs and little glitches when you add it for the first time. So I think what the devs probably wanted to do was just add it then and make sure everyone got their rewards and that it all worked smoothly before Saturday, because I feel like if they did it whilst the game was going free to play, it might be a bit chaotic. And obviously I don't know for sure, and I'm not a game dev, but maybe they had to do it early just to make sure that it was like the beta players getting the rewards, if that makes sense. Like if they added it whilst it was going free, maybe it would have been a bit buggy and it would have given free players the rewards. So this was kind of just a safe way to make sure not only is it already in game and it's working and they can fix any bugs before Saturday, but it's also making sure, you know, it's just exclusive. I don't know, I'm not a game dev, but most likely it was just to make sure they had time to fix any bugs before the weekend. Next, we have another very popular question. I mean, come on, all these are popular. I don't know why I keep saying that, but we have, is the map getting a revamp tomorrow, / is there going to be a big update coming with it going free tomorrow? So if you didn't know, earlier this year, Bloxburg posted a video about the game going free in the first place, where they also covered some other topics, like things we can expect to happen in the game. And one of these was a map revamp. So first of all, it is confirmed we are getting a map revamp. I know some people didn't even know that in the first place, but yes, we are. Because of this, a lot of people thought they were going to revamp the map before it goes free, or they were going to add it with it. So some people are still confused. Like, we genuinely, obviously we haven't had it confirmed, but in my opinion, I think it's very unlikely. Like, I don't think we're going to be getting a map revamp tomorrow, and this is because they haven't leaked any of this. There's been no teasers, teasers, and they tease literally everything. Like, it would be very unexpected, and a map revamp is something that would be definitely, in my opinion, hyped. So I don't think we're getting one tomorrow. It just doesn't feel like it's happening. I don't know if the devs have confirmed we're not or anything. Like, I haven't seen anything about it, but I'm 99% sure we're not. There's been no information about it. There's been no teasers. So just make sure you don't have your hopes up. Tomorrow pretty much is just the game going free. I really don't think we're going to be getting some huge map revamp. I think a lot of people have kind of spread it around and told people we are, but we're not. No one said anything. It's not been confirmed. However, it has been confirmed that we are getting one at some point, and it's probably going to be very soon considering the game's going free tomorrow. And in terms of us getting a big update when it's going free, once again, there hasn't been any teasers or leaks for anything related to a big update being tomorrow, so I think it's unlikely we're going to get one of those too. Maybe we'll get a few things. Maybe they'll put something in the game, like I said earlier, to let players know it is free now, but I think this is simply just the game going free. We got our rewards, we got a few little update things a few days ago. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen tomorrow. However, like I said, we have had a map revamp confirmed, but we just need to get this free thing out the way first. I think we can expect great things from the devs, and I'm very excited to see, you know, the future of Bloxburg. The map revamp is something I am terrified but excited for. I am scared for the change of it because this map is something I've grown up with. I've been playing this game since 2016, where I was like 12 or 13 years old, and now I'm nearly 20 and it's gonna change, and it's like it's such a big deal. Okay, I'm not gonna get off topic here, but yeah, I don't think there's gonna be one tomorrow. I don't think there's gonna be a huge update. Next we have, should you be worried about previous players being unbanned, / how will it affect us, and will players being unbanned result in more exploiters? First of all, it's always a worry to know players that have been banned are being unbanned, because obviously they got banned for a reason. However, I think a lot of people look at bans and just be like, oh my gosh, if they got banned, then surely they're an exploiter or a hacker and a really bad person. Like, surely this is going to cause chaos. And I think it's definitely been dramatized a bit too much. So first of all, not all banned players are exploiters. You can get banned for inappropriate builds or glitches or something, or taking advantage of glitches. For example, all the players who got banned for doing a money glitch a couple months ago. So not all banned players are exploiters. And also, a lot of banned players that I have seen, especially recently, kind of asking about the bans, they were banned years ago. Like, so many of the banned players have been banned for years and years off stuff they did as kids. Honestly, you don't need to worry about banned players that much because they're just Roblox players. Like, people get banned for inappropriate builds, like I said. People have been banned years ago. Like, it's not going to be a case of them unbanning and then suddenly all these exploiters come back to the game. Like, in terms of like inappropriate builds, like people who had those on their plots and got banned for it, banned players are also getting their data wiped, and I'm going to get into this a bit more in the next question. So anyone who made inappropriate builds won't have them anymore, so you know that's covered. But in terms of exploiters who have been banned, you don't need to worry about them massively, because exploiting is something that has always been actively dealt with, and Roblox has made a ton of progress with preventing exploits in the first place. There's anti-exploits. I'm gonna get into that in another question as well, but a lot of people can't even exploit anymore, and plus a lot of exploits only affect that player and not the players around them. You never really see exploiters anyway, especially in Bloxburg, and common exploits that people use in Bloxburg are just to get them money. You know, they're not going around like attacking other players with it. They can't, you know, steal your money or really do any damage to you. They can't delete your plots. So exploiting as a whole is pretty harmless unless it's their account. Just overall, a lot of banned players aren't bad people. They're not going to be unbanned and suddenly trying to attack everyone. They're people who got banned for a bunch of reasons, maybe got banned a long time ago, and it won't really affect you at all if you're a regular player. Like, just because someone's unbanned, you're probably not even gonna know. Like, you could be in a server with people who were banned before and you wouldn't know because they're just regular players. They just kind of like, you know. And if people do things that are against the rules again, for example, if someone got banned for an inappropriate build and when they get unbanned they do it again, obviously you can report that build and they'll just get banned again. So a lot of banned players won't even, you know, try to do something bad again because they know they'll get banned and they don't want to get banned, and it will kind of prevent them from doing it again in the first place. I feel like this section is very confusing to explain, but you know, overall you don't have a lot to worry about, and players being unbanned won't result in more exploiters because there's not really that many exploiters on the platform now anyways because of how many precautions are in place. The next question is, which I've kind of already just said, is if I get unbanned, will my data be wiped and will I get the beta rewards? Now, it has been confirmed that if you have been banned and you're going to be unbanned, you will lose everything except your game passes. So all of your builds, your money, your levels, all of your Bloxburg progress will be wiped, but you will keep all of your game passes, which is great, and you also will be entitled to the free rewards. So you will get the couch car, you will get the trophy, and you will get the name rank. People who've been banned will still get all of the rewards, which is great, but you will not have any of your Bloxburg data from the past. So you will not have any of your builds. Your account has been wiped since you were banned, except your game passes and except the beta rewards. So that's kind of an easy one to answer. Anyways, next we have, is there gonna be a new banning / anti-hack system in the future, and how will they prevent exploiters? So the game already has anti-exploiting things in place, I'm pretty sure. FroggyHop said, I think yesterday in the Bloxburg Discord server, that they've always had these anti-exploit things in place, and obviously as time goes on, more and more gets developed to prevent exploiting. He also mentioned how Roblox as a whole has done a lot to prevent exploiting in the past year or so, which is true. So Roblox as a platform has put a lot of stuff in place, which means people can't exploit in the first place. And like I said earlier, even if they do exploit, especially in a game like Bloxburg, it's pretty much never affecting anyone else but themselves, and they mainly just use it to grind and get money. Similar thing, once again, you could be in a server with an exploiter and you wouldn't know. I think a lot of kids think exploiting is like a big scary hacker who can like hack into your account and stuff, but exploiters in a game are pretty much powerless. They can access a few things by downloading kind of scripts. I think the worst thing they can do, and this is something that I'm assuming is being worked on to get prevented, is there is an exploit where people can copy your Bloxburg house. They can't delete your plot or anything like that. They can just copy it onto their own plot, which is an issue for people who, you know, don't want people to have their builds, but it's very unlikely that you will end up in a server with someone like that. It's a very uncommon thing to happen. It may have even been patched at this point, and both Bloxburg and Roblox as a whole do have things in place to prevent exploits. So, and just because the game is free doesn't mean you're going to see this more either, because I mean, look at other games. Like, you don't see people exploiting that much anyways, and it being free isn't really going to cause this. I think people trolling in the game is probably more concerning than exploiters in my opinion. Anyways, next we have an interesting question, which is, who is Lisa Gaming, and is Lisa Gaming returning? Now this is, oh my gosh, okay. Lisa Gaming was a troll YouTuber from like 5 years ago or something, who did a video like 4 or 5 years ago where she basically went and deleted Bloxburg players' houses. However, a lot of newer players are kind of spreading this around and acting like she is an exploiter and that she's a hacker. She is not. So what she did was she got players, she told players she was going to make them a house, and she got those players to give her co-owner. So she didn't hack or anything. Players just gave her permission to do this, and they let her build on their plot, and obviously she just deleted their house. Instead of like building them a new one or decorating it, she just deleted it. She was just a really nasty troll. She wasn't an exploiter. She's not some big hacker, so don't worry about that. She was simply someone who managed to get someone else to give her permission, and she abused that permission. In terms of her making a return, I'm pretty sure she not only got banned from Bloxburg, but she got banned from Roblox as a whole. So I don't think she's even on the platform anymore, but even if she was, like I said, she wasn't an exploiter. All she could do was ask people to give her permission. Like, she couldn't really delete your house without you allowing her to do so. Even if she makes a return and she, you know, she plays Bloxburg, she makes a new Roblox account and she comes on, there is very little she can do because she's just a regular player. Your plots are safe unless you allow people to do, you know, stuff on them, which leads me on to our next question. How do I stay safe from trolls and exploiters? Now, we already covered the exploiter thing. Obviously, you're safe from them anyway, pretty much. However, trolls are more direct, and trolls like to be nasty to people, and like I said, try and delete your build and cause chaos. So to stay safe from trolls or scammers, specifically in Bloxburg, what I can suggest and what you should be doing anyways is don't give anyone you don't know co-owner on your plot, or even if you do know them, I just don't suggest giving people co-owner on your plot unless you want to have the risk of them deleting your house. Anyone you give co-owner or even roommate, if they have the build mode permissions, you run the risk of them deleting your house or doing something you don't like. So never give anyone permissions unless you 100% accept that they could just delete your house. Don't go and give random players it. If people offer to build you a home in Bloxburg and you already have a home, I suggest you don't take them up on the offer in case they do delete it. And also, don't donate to anyone. If anyone's saying, I'll build you a home, but you have to pay me first, for example, or anything relating to you giving them money, say no, don't do it. Don't give people your money. And I'm adding this in now. If people say like, oh, I'll give you an adopt me pet for like 50k Bloxburg cash, this is also called cross trading, and I'm pretty sure it's not allowed on the platform anyways, but you also will most likely get scammed as well. So all you have to do to keep safe on Bloxburg is make sure you don't give anyone permissions unless you accept the risk of them deleting your home, and you also don't donate to anyone without fully accepting that they could just take the money and disappear basically. So just be very careful with your permissions and you should be absolutely fine. But if anyone's bothering you in the first place, for example, a troll is not being very nice to you, you can just leave the game or, you know, rejoin a different server, maybe block them from your plot. You don't have to stay there if someone's making you upset and is trolling. You can just leave. So you're pretty safe from anything as long as you're careful about it. And finally, we have, what impact will going free have on the game? Which I feel like is a question nobody can really answer because nobody knows. I'm not going to go into this one too much because I feel like I've, you know, touched on things about this throughout the video, but we can expect that the player count will be boosted and that we'll have new players, but we can expect that Bloxburg is most likely going to be involved more in main platform things. So when Roblox does events like the Classic or the Egg Hunt event, we can expect that Bloxburg will finally be involved in those things because the game is free to play. So we'll basically be part of the Roblox community more and we'll be involved in things, in events. We'll also probably have more YouTubers, you know, playing Bloxburg events. Pretty much all we can, you know, expect is that the game is going to be in a better place. It's going to have a larger community and the Bloxburg community is going to be a lot more connected to the Roblox one. And that is it for today's video, I think. And I hope I've explained this well because I feel like I'm not very good at explaining stuff sometimes. But that is it. That's pretty much it. That's just a bit more information on what people are saying and what to expect and what's going on, and that's pretty much it. And it's like 24 hours until the game goes free now, which is mega exciting. But that is all for today's video. I hope I answered some of your questions, and as usual, if I've missed anything or got anything wrong, then just correct me down below and I'll put it on the pinned comment. But that's all for today. I love you all so much, glossettes, and I'm very excited to see where the future of Bloxburg takes us. XOXO, Glossy Girl.